Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and jump into our regular class. So we're going to do a couple of warm-up type movements that we're going to add to our warm-up moving forward. So let's start with the easy one. We're going to do knee circles, but we're going to do them a little different. Normally in our warm-ups, we do knee circles this way, where your circle is going horizontally. Now we're going to make our circle go vertically. So we're going to start with our knee up. Move my pant leg so you can actually see my knee. My knee's going to be up. I'm going to take it all the way out to the side as far as I can this way. Then I'm going to have it go down towards my other knee. Then I'm going to have it go across. So up as high as I can, out to the side as far as I can, down, touch the top of your knee to the inside of your knee so your foot stays out, and then across. Up, over, down, across, up, over, down, across. Try it out. See if you can get it. I won't be too picky at first. We can just go through the motion, and then I'll show you a couple of tricks about it too. Try the other direction as well. So start at the top and go across your body first, and then down, up to the outside and across. Very good. And switch other knee. So start at the top, go out, down, across, up, out, down, across, up, whoop. And switch directions. Very good. All right, so the whole motion is important for getting your balance, and it's all important for strengthening your hip. But there's one part that I want to pay special attention to, because it's going to relate to how we get power in a lot of our kicks. So that is when I go from with my knee out to when my knee is in. So is there anything else that moves? Notice I'm keeping my ankle kind of in that same spot. But when I move my knee, does something else move too? Look at which way my shoulders and my face are pointing. When my knee is up, my face is pointing that way. When my knee goes down, my whole body turns and faces over here. So the other part of the motion, if I'm going the other way, if I'm going this way, my leg crosses and brings my body with it. And my body follows back over there. So we've done this before when we were doing a Tai Chi exercise called cloud hands. I'm keeping my hands in front of my body. So when my hands turn, my hands don't turn on their own, they turn with my body. So now we're doing the same thing with our knee. Okay? So there's two words that I want to get you to start understanding with how your hip works. When my hip is like this hip is open. And when I'm like this hip is closed. So if you imagine, if you had your hand right here on your hip, if there's space for your hand to be there, then your hip is open. If there's no space for your hand to be there, if your hand is smushing between your pelvis and your leg, then that means your hip is closed. So if I make this shape, both of my hips are open. If I make this shape, both of my hips are closed. We don't do this one very often in this martial art, but some other martial arts do that one a lot. But we mostly are worried about doing a kick and ending with our hips pretty open. So let's try that and see if we can build those words into our hips. So you start with your knee up to the side, and that's an open hip position for this hip. And then bring your knee down, and that's closed. So open your hip, close your hip. Open your hip, close your hip, and open, closed, open, closed. Does that start to look like something else? What if I do that same motion and stick my leg out?
I mean, that looks like a round kick, I think.
It's like a round kick. It feels like a round kick. If you could smell it, it would
Sidekick.
Sidekick? Let's see. Yeah, it could be a sidekick too. So the trick here is that my shoulders twisting makes my leg stronger. If I just do a round kick like this, it's not very strong. But if I twist my shoulders, then I get a lot more power. Same thing with the sidekick. If I just do a sidekick, not very strong, but when I twist, boom, then I get a lot more pop. So this leg shape that we're making is teaching your body how to use your shoulders to make your legs stronger. So let's try the other side. Left hip open. And then bring your knee down, left hip closed. Make sure your body is moving, turning with your knee. Open and closed. Open, closed. Open and closed. Nice job, everyone. All right, now let's move on to our next one. This one is kind of fun and silly. Who's ever taken belly dancing lessons before? Nobody? I never would have guessed. Who knows what belly dancing is? It's where you dance mostly just moving your belly. So we're kind of going to play with that idea a little bit today because we don't use our spines enough. Who's ever held a cat?
I did it yesterday.
Did it yesterday? Very cool. Well, we can do it again today. So cats have very, very, very flexible spines. They can move their spine in a bunch of places. And that makes them really agile and really strong. So we're going to try to copy some of those attributes today. So just like we did knee circles this way, now we're going to do another circle that way. But instead of circling our hips or circling our shoulders, we're going to kind of try to leave our hips where they are, kind of try to leave our shoulders where they are, but we're going to try to have the middle of our body do a circle. Is that kind of weird, kind of confusing? So you can't move very far side to side, but what it's going to look like is this hip is going to come up, boom, this shoulder is going to come down, and that means that my spine had to curve a little bit and stick out that way. So then if I do the opposite, go back to center, I'm going to pick this hip up and bring this shoulder down. That means my spine curved out that way a little bit. So I can switch from side to side. And if you're doing it right, you should feel a stretch on your side and maybe even in your back, inside of your body. So that's the weird one. A little bit easier is forwards and backwards. So if I push my back out and make my back round, or I can do the opposite and make my back hollow and push my chest out. So you can pop your chest out forward, push your back out back, forward, back, forward, back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move forward and then sideways and then back and then the other side and then forwards and try to make it into a circle. So it's going to look like this. We go forward, sideways, back, other side, forward. So you get this weird roll. Isan thinks it looks silly. Isan's right. You should try it, bud. Stand up, give it a try. Nice job, Neo. So why is this useful? It's useful because it makes your spine really strong and more flexible too. So when something is strong and more flexible, it's less likely to get hurt and it's more powerful. So you can actually use your spine, just like that motion we were doing, where you're using your shoulders to make your leg spin more. That force has to go through your spine. So if you can torque your spine too, you can add even more power to your leg. So let's try it one more time. Try the other direction. So you're going to go forward and then to the right and then back, left, forward, right, back, left. So wiggling your spine as much as you can. When we were at the school and we did the inchworm crawling shapes on the ground, this is the same kind of movement as that. So it's also really useful for escapes. If someone comes up and does bear hug, you can wriggle like this. It's really easy to get out of their hands. All right, let's move on. We've got one more little calibration balance exercise, and then we're going to try to relate all of this stuff back into our round kicks, which is our main topic for the day. Instructor Alex will spend some more time going over control on round kicks with you. So we're going to look at a yoga pose with one modification. Who remembers T-pose? Boom. There you go, like that. So the key point on this one is I want to make sure that I'm big and straight and strong. And then as I come down, I'm keeping that line nice and straight. So I don't want to do it like this and reach my hands out to where I'm not in a straight line and have my leg not in a straight line and come down here where I'm all deflated and not in a straight line. It's really hard from here to puff up and make a straight line and not fall over. But if you start in a straight line from the beginning, make sure that you're tall and have all your muscles engaged, and then you're going to point your toe, point your hands, and tip down slowly and stretch out a little bit more, tip down a little bit more, stretch out a little bit more. That's the easiest way to keep your alignment and keep your balance. So the one thing we're going to do a little bit differently is instead of stepping our foot straight, if you want to, you can turn your foot on a 45-degree angle. So if I'm doing this towards you guys, I'm not going to step here. I'm going to step with my foot a little bit sideways. That'll give me better balance side to side, and that's more often where we end up at the end of a round kick. And it's going to change your hip position a little bit too. Make it a little bit more closed because you're toeing in. If you remember, open is toe out, closed is toe in. Try that out. Let me have a look, see how it's going. So you're going to step forward, toe in a little bit, arms up, stretch, tip forward, stretch, tip forward, stretch. Make sure you're stretching that line out as far as you can. Try to get all the way down where your chest and your face are pointed at the ground. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Nice job, Carter. Try it, Esau. All right, so that shape is where you want to end up at the end of a very big round kick. If you do a little round kick, you're going to end up here, where you're still up. If you do a very big round kick, you're going to have your foot turned all the way down and your head back behind you. You see how that's the same thing? If I do my round kick, I end in that T-pose right there. The only difference is I should be looking at my foot still, but we're not going to be picky about that today. So let's see if we can do a really slow round kick and end up in our T-pose shape. So find your kicking stance, and you're going to swing your leg. Don't swing your leg out wide. Make sure you're not doing that kind of round kick. You're going to swing your leg straight up, and then turn it over and find your T-pose. But you don't have to put your hands up. You can just keep your hands in a Taekwondo guard if you want. So the whole thing's going to look like this. Ready? Kicking stance. Swing forward, turn over, T-pose. And then come back up and step forward into kicking stance again. And other side. Swing, turn over, T-pose. And step. Again, swing, T. And down. Shuffle back. Swing, T. And down. Let's do two more, and then we'll try some big ones. Swing, T, step, shuffle, swing, T, and step. All right, so the trick is pivoting your foot to get your hips to turn over. So we were doing that slow. We were swinging up and then turning over. I'll do it sideways so you got an angle. Swing and turn over. That doesn't really add any power. But if you do it quick, it does. So if I can do a round kick and then torque my hips over and end up in that T position, and I get a lot of force going out my leg really quick all of a sudden. So let's try that. Find your kicking stance. Remember, keep your leg close and turn your hip over. Pivot your foot really quick. Pivot your hips really quick and end in that T-pose. With your kicking foot, with its toes pointing down at an angle. Ready, kicking stance. And turn over. Kicking stance, swing, turn over. Stance, swing, turn. All right, nice job, everyone. Let's go ahead and move on to our next section, chariot and kunye.
So again, this week is focused on connectivity, and what we mean by that, Isan and fellow students, what we mean by that is the movement of your body and the spots in between your body that you need to work out. So there's certain spots inside of you that if you were to go to gym and do squats, or if you're going to grab a big bar and be like, "Ugh," you're working mainly a concentrated area in your body, and you don't actually get as good as a workout as you can if you do the full range of motion. So like the front kicks, you remember us doing these last week where we had our knee up and we were extending out? Now we're going to try pulling that into doing it with a round kick. So let me change this to gallery mode so I can see you. We're going to try a little game. It's going to be a fun little trick, and I'm going to pretend like my knee is, so I'm going to put my foot like this. So here, Isan, stand up. All right, so what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to put our foot sideways, and we're going to bring our knee up, just like how we did, I think, in the warm-up. All right? And what you're going to do, I'm going to hold on to something. So you want to go grab a chair? Everybody grab a chair. I'm going to use Bob here as my emotional support dummy. All right? So what I want you to try doing is pretend your kneecap is the tip of a pen. All right? And what I want you to do, watch me, I want you to do this with your knee. It's called an infinity symbol. It's making circles like this. So watch how I do it. So my knee, I don't need to bend my bottom part of my knee. So everything below my knee can just stay there. Watch me. Watch what I'm doing, Isan. You go left, and I round, and I go down. Around and around. Around and around. Around and around. Like that. All right? So let's try it, but you have to do it slow. So the key to this is having it slow enough that you feel your leg tilt this way, come up, and tilt down. Tilt up and turn and down and tilt up and go down, tilt up and go down, just like that. So don't raise your knee too high. Let's have it go low first. So let's try it really low. So let's just put our foot like this. You see how low my knee is? Let's do that. All right? Good. All right, so just like this, and we're gonna go left, up, down, and on the right side, up and down and up and down and up. So I want you to feel it in your hip. Do you feel that?
This is kind of confusing me a little bit.
Yeah, but you're doing it right, so I'm proud. So let's keep on practicing. Let's see if you can do this. So keep your foot still on the ground, and then just have your knee, if this was a giant arrow, you're gonna go point this way, point it that way. Point it this way. Yeah, like that. Like that. Good. So knee up, around, and down. Around and down. So what I'm doing is I'm just twisting my hips like this while I'm doing this. Twist, twist. All right? It's almost like I'm working out all the wiggles in my body. Like you shake it out like this. You're working out all the wiggles. So let's try wiggling our leg in a figure 8.
You mean a snake?
Yeah, like a snake. So it's going to snake up, snake down, snake down, snake up, snake down, snake up, snake down, snake up. Just like this. Nice, nice, good job. So keep trying. We're going to keep going. So we're going to go down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. Now let's switch and try the other side. So other knee up. And then we're going to go down, up, around, down, up, around, down, up. Just like that. Good. All right, now that we've tried it with our feet, our foot that was planted facing the side like this, I want you to now pick it up. Watch what I'm doing. I pick it up, I turn it so my toes face you. Okay? So now my toes are facing you and I'm doing around and down just like this. Okay? So try it just like this. So draw that figure 8. Draw that figure 8. Nice. Good. See if you can slow it down now. Can we go slow? Up, down, down. Good. Good. Don't think about your foot. Don't worry about anything down here. Only worry about your knee. So your knee does this. Okay? Here, try it with your hand. Try it with your hand. Ready? Go center. Then go down. Then go up. And then swing down. It's almost like a roller coaster. It comes up. It comes down. Comes up. Comes down. Almost like we're swimming. Crawl stroke, right?
It's
So that's-
like you're doing 8, but just flat like this, not like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what our foot is doing, bud. So when we have our knee up, it needs to come up and sideways, like you're saying. So it's flat, exactly. So we want our knee to go over and then down and over. See how my other knee, when it's going this way, is trying to get horizontal that way and flat? So see if you can do that. Here, get a little closer. Get a little closer to your thing so you can try it. Over and over. Over, 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 over. Good. Good. I'm gonna try the other side. Over. Nice. Good. All right, now, chitty up.
Did you say the guy near you is Bob?
His name's Bob. I'm gonna get a big sign and put it on his head and say it's Bob. He is my test dummy and he helps me out when I need to explain things. So everybody chitty up. Awesome, man, kunye. So the next part we're gonna do is, this is a challenging one. So you're gonna be in your kicking stance facing this way. Hup! And what you're gonna do, since we just did that motion of doing this with our knee, can you do that first step when you do this round kick? So when we do round kicks, we do this. But what I want you to do now is I want you to chamber that kick. So I bring my knee up, I turn over like I just did in that drill. I come out, around, and turn over like this. So now my bottom foot needs to pivot and I need to bring my knee up like that circle, okay? So let's try that out, all right? Let's make sure we stand up and get ready and stay off our screens, all right? So kicking stance, loud key up. Hup! All right, so my knee comes up and I turn over and I put it down. Good, no kicking. So let's keep our eyes focused ahead. Have our hands up. All right, and go. Knee up, turn over, and put it down. We're not kicking. All right? We're leading with our knee. Our knee is the one that comes up. Ready? And go. Knee up, turn over. Nice. Let's try it again. Ready? And go. Knee up, turn over. Good. Let's try it again. Ready? Hands up, and go. Round kick, bring it up, turn over, but don't kick. Good, yeah. So when you do that, Isan, perfect example, is when you have your foot like this, what does my bottom foot look like? Tell me what my bottom foot is doing. Where's it pointing?
It's facing down.
It's facing forward, yeah, it's facing down. But when I do this, watch when I do it right, what does that foot do? You have to tell me, okay? So pay attention, ready? And go. What did it do? Good. What did it do? Tell me in words. What did my foot do? So let me watch it one more time. So my hands are up. Watch this foot. What does it do when I do this kick? Look carefully. You're going to have to tell me in 2 seconds. What did it do?
The other way.
It turned the other way. It's called pivoting. So we have to make sure when we do this motion and hold that chamber, we bring our knee up and turn over and pivot and then put it down, okay? So let's see that. We're going to do 3 more of those. We're going to do the other side. Ready? Let's do it. Let's stand up. Key stance. Loud key up. Stop. And go. Knee up. Turn, pivot. Nice. Good balance. Let's keep our balance on this. Ready? and go. Turn up, pivot, and down. Nice. Hands up, turn, pivot, and down. Let's do one more, only one more. Ready, and go. Knee up, turn, pivot. Good. Now let's try the other side. So we have to switch. If we teach something to our right side, we got to teach it to our left. If we teach something to our left side, we got to teach it to our right, all right? We want our whole body to be strong, not only part of it. That'd be silly, all right? So let's try this again. So my knee comes up, and like we did those circles, it's going to turn over. And remember that bottom foot needs to turn and pivot, okay? So, and hands up, and go. Knee up, turn, pivot. Good. Let's try that again. Ready? Knee up, turn, pivot. Good. Ready? And go. Knee up, turn, pivot. Very good. We got 7 more, so let's focus. Kick and stand, stop, kick up. Stop. All right. And go. Knee up, turn, pivot. Good. Let's see if, like what you said, what you just told me, you want to see it flat. So let's see if you can hold that position flat for about 1 second. Can you do that and hold it up there for 1 second? Ready? Turn. 1, Mississippi, and down. See if you can count Mississippis when you do this, all right? Ready, and go. Knee up, turn. 1, Mississippi. Good. Put it down. Let's try the next one. Ready? Step. And go. Knee up, turn. 1, Mississippi, and down. Good. Let's do it again. We have about 4 more to do, so let's do 4 more. Let's finish out strong. We're almost done with class, so let's keep going. Let's stay off the internet. Ready? And go. Knee up, turn, hold it. 1, Mississippi, down. Good. 3 more. 3 more. Let's go hard. Kick your hands out. Kick out. Stop. And go. Knee up, turn, pivot, hold it, and down. Good. Let's try it again. Ready? 2 more. 2 more. Step. And go. Knee up, turn, pivot, hold it, and down. Good. 1 more. Let's do this. Ready? Kick stance. Step. And go. Knee up, turn, pivot. Nice job. Well done, everybody. So now, what we're going to do, I want you to try to do the same thing we were just doing, but now you're going to kick your foot out and do that round kick. So now that you learn that knee move, now I just want you to go, pow, and kick, all right? So I'm going to do 10 of them. Let's do 10, and then we're going to be done, okay? So, kick and stance loud, key up, ha! Let's stand up. 3, 2, 1, and
So first.
let's do it. Stand up. 3, 2, 1. 10 of them. Ready? Go. Knee up. Turn. Pivot. Snap. And down. Nice. Let's do 2. Ready? Knee up. Turn. Pivot. Hold it. Snap. Good. Let's do it again. Ready? Knee up. Turn. Pivot. Snap. Good. Let's do the other side. Go. Knee up. Turn. Pivot. Snap. And again. Knee up. Turn. Pivot. Snap. Good. Other side. And go. Knee up. Pivot. Hold it. Snap. Good. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can hold our balance and not fall over, okay? And 3 more. Ready? Knee up. Turn, pivot, hold it. Snap. Good. Again. Knee up. Turn, pivot, snap. And down. Again. Knee up. Turn, pivot, snap. Down. And last one. Knee up. Turn, pivot, snap. Good. Let's do the other side. Last 10. Last 10, then we're done, everybody. Kicky stance, loud key up. Ha! And go. Knee up, turn, pivot, and snap. Down. Good. That's 1. And 2. Aya! Good. Let's do 3. Knee up, turn, pivot, snap. 4. 5. Good. And 6. And 7. And 8. 2 more. Let's make them good. 9. Aya. Good. And 10. Aya. Nice job. Everybody chitty up. Chitty up, chitty up, chitty up. Awesome, and Kunye. Good job. All right, we're going to turn it over to Instructor Owen to do our last little segment of meditation.
All right, everyone, let's just do a quick one today because we're about out of time. So come have a seat. We're just going to bring all of our attention to our breath and see if we can slow our heart rate down a little bit. So stretch your spine up nice and tall. Relax your hands. Relax your shoulders down your back. Let your eyes close. And let's take a few deep breaths together. All right, excellent job, everyone. Thanks for coming today. So hopefully that stuff makes a little sense, thinking about activating your spine a little bit more and using that mobility to understand and initiate movements more. We'll play with that more. And hopefully the hip opening and closing stuff is starting to kick in a little bit more too. It seemed like everyone got a feel for that motion a little bit better today. That was really cool to see. So good work, everyone. Again, thanks for coming. Share it. And good job, guys.